So I've got Joe Norris from Getyourtipsout, and today's video is about Cheltenham Festival Day 3 tips. So Joe, let's run through the third day of the Cheltenham Festival, which is the Thursday,
Yeah,
and see who is your prediction of the winner in the first, which is the Turners Novices Chase.
yeah. So the Turners is quite an intriguing race. Now, I put up in our video together that my lay was Ginny's Destiny. At the time, it was around 11-4. It has eased in the betting now, and I'm still against that horse. The one I actually like is Grey Dawning for Dan Skelton. Now, I think Grey Dawning would have beat Ginny's Destiny at Cheltenham 2 starts back. Made a really bad mistake at the last. Somehow managed to stay up, and then only went down, well, 3/4 of a length at the line. It's then come out and won by 14 lengths at Warwick, beating Apple away. The form stacks up. It beat Gallard de Mesnil before that, and it was behind Stay Away Faye at Exeter early in the season. I think this is a really good horse. It's all about rhythm with this horse. If it gets jumping, I think it's got a great chance. The lurker in the pack could be that Oroko. Now, this horse was really impressive at Warwick, beat Golden Sun, and Golden Sun's won at Ascot since, so that form stacks up. It's really lightly raced. It won like hard held on the bridle. It got injured since. The trainer came out and said it's probably going to be ruled out of Cheltenham, but apparently it's recovered really well, and it is now going for the race. The only issue I've got with it is it's around 5-1. Now, who knows if it's going to be in the same form that it was when it won at Warwick. It's a bit of a guessing game, but I do see that as the danger. Obviously, if that's strong in the market, that could be a worry against Grey Dawning.
Yeah, and then the second race, the Pertemps Network Final Handicap Hurdle.
Yeah,
Quite a big race, quite wide open. Who's your thoughts on this?
yeah. So this is probably one of the most competitive handicaps of the week. This is really open, so I'm a bit tentative to give any selections really at this stage before I see the final field. But there's just one I want to touch on, and that's the Milos for Dan Skelton. Now, I've heard that it's been working well at home. If you look at the form, it struggled last time at Ascot. It was beaten 25 lengths, but it was sent off 66-1. The handicap has dropped it £4 since then, so it's back below its last winning mark. It had really good form at Bangor and Newbury a couple of years ago. It's quite a lightly racehorse as well, so it could easily be one they're targeting for this race. So 20-1, I think that's worth noting, that one.
Yeah, for sure. And then the next race, the Ryanair Chase on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival. Who's your tips and predictions there?
Yeah, the Ryanair's a race that's been giving me a headache. I do think the confidence around Stage Star seems to be growing, that Nichols thinks he's got him right back to his best. If he's at his best, he's going to be a big danger to all. But the one that I keep coming back to time and time again is Envoy Allen. He just loves it at Cheltenham. We did a video on the sire stats and stuff earlier in the week, and it threw up Envoy Allen. I think 7-2 looks the right price. I think that's the one I'm siding with at the moment.
Sounds good. And then the Stayers Hurdle. So on the Thursday, on the third day, who's probably the big race of the day? Like, who's your predictions for the Stayers Hurdle?
Yeah, so the Stayers Hurdle is a race that I love watching, but I don't have the best record in over the years.
Follow me.
I know, yeah. It takes a hell of a lot of beating. It takes a hell of a lot of winning this race. Now, I know you're a fan of T Hoopu. I see he's into 2-1 now. I've got nothing against that horse, but I just think that's just a bit too short, 2-1. I think. I think he'll run well, but I think Saint will beat him again. He obviously got beat in the race last year. Irish Point's going for the Champion Hurdle. So the one I'm siding with is Crambo. I think Crambo's on an upward trajectory. I think it's going the right way. I think that's going to run a big race. And also, Flora and Porter, I think they came out and said that they're going to go for this race now. If that is what he's going to do, I think that's got an each way chance at 12-1. But you've got a lot of stuff up in the air, like Monkfish. They're deciding whether to go for the Gold Cup or this race. obviously completely different tests. You've obviously got Paisley Park in there. You've got Side de Burley coming back. I mean, it's a great race. Like, I absolutely love watching it. But I think it's quite a tricky betting puzzle.
Yeah, I completely agree. I am quite bullish on the favourite. To be fair, the more I've looked into it, the more I just can't seem to get him beat.
Yeah.
But we'll see on the day. So the next race is the Plate Handicap Chase, the third from last race on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival. Who's your thoughts in this?
So the plate, again, these handicaps are so hard to sort of look at this far out, but the two I've sort of come down on are Krabilly, which obviously is favourite at 4-1. I think that's nailed on to run well. The price, that's probably about the right price though. You're not really getting much value in that. Now I don't know if GA Law or Gar Law is going to go for this race, but if it does, I think 14-1 could be quite a nice each way price. But again, I'll be looking at the trends. I'll be looking at the ground, the field, where the pace is in the race. There's a lot to look at for this. So yeah, I think I'll hold fire for a bit on that race.
Then the next one, the second from last race on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival, I believe to be your nap of the meeting in the Mayor's Novices Hurdle. Let the punters know who your thoughts are on this.
Yeah, so our nap of the week is Brighter Days Ahead for Gordon Elliott. Now this mare, she's never lost. I mean, she won both starts in bumpers. She's 3 out of 3 over hurdles. I started looking at the trends. She ticks all the trends. She's won a graded race already. She was really impressive last time at Navan. She won by 12 lengths on the bridle, sent off a really short price. I think they think a hell of a lot of this horse. I mean, Gordon Elliott's put it forward as he's easily his best chance of a winner at the festival. Now, watching her races back, what I love about her is she travels strongly into the race, but it's what she does at the end of the race as well. I think that's the key. She always finishes her race strong, running through the line. Now, you've got the danger Mullins horse, Jade de Grugy. Probably said that wrong, but so Mullins has got a really good record in this race. So the betting fears that horse. But I've watched back her races. She's quite keen. She's never really been tested off the bridle. I looked at what she beat. Nothing's really come out. I think she could travel into it, but just not find much up the hill. And I think that's where my selection will come good and pull away. I actually think Fergal O'Brien could have the danger with that dissect Enos. She's looked impressive, but obviously you're sort of going against the Irish form with that one. But I'm mega keen on this Brighter Days Ahead. I think she could go off even shorter. She's 6-4 now. I think she could go off even shorter.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm quite bullish about it as well. I think you're getting quite a good price. I think it should be an odds-on shot, but because you've got Mullins there with the second favourite, I think it's allowing you to get a good price on Brighter Days Ahead. And then in the last race on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival, the Muir Challenge Cup. What's your tips and predictions of a winner there?
Yeah, so this race I've actually backed. I Know the Way You're Thinking earlier in the week because I saw 9-2, and I looked at the form. Now this horse has been running behind some really good horses. It was an eye catcher on return behind Imagine. It passed about 3 horses on the running. It ran behind Gaelic Warrior a couple of times, and then it finished 9th at the DRF last month. Now it goes up significantly in trip here, and it's off a mark of 145. Now I think it could be absolutely thrown in off that mark. And I saw the 9-2, and I thought this could turn into a real gamble. Now since then, the stablemate for Gavin Cromwell's come out, Percival Legois, and he actually came out and he said he didn't think that horse was that the English handicapper was too harsh on it. So the fact that he's took that one out and just put all his hopes on this one, I think is a big statement in itself. And then also Firm Footings has come out as well. So they were the second and third favourites. So the price is now 7-2, best price. So I think this is probably going to be my only play in this race, to be honest.
Yeah, sounds good. So, viewers, let us know what your best chances are on the third day of the Cheltenham Festival 2024. Have you got any short price favourites you think are going to go in? Have you got any outsiders that you think are an each way play? Let us know in the comment section. Let us know who your main tips and predictions are of a winner on the third day, which is the Thursday of the Cheltenham Festival.